All right, everybody, man. What's happening? How y'all doing? Welcome to another edition of SWAC Smoke, man. This is episode number 136. You got C Wells in the house. You got the big soldier in the house. Man, what's going on with you today? Well, we'll let the big soldier get straight. Man, how y'all doing today? Welcome to the show. Y'all know how we do on Thursdays. Y'all know it's going down. We got basketball to talk about. We got football coming up. What's up to my folks out there, man? What's going on? What's going on out there? I see y'all, man. So you got the Trophy Chasers fam in the house. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on to the SWAC fan? What's going on to my Baton Rouge peeps, man? How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. Thank y'all for tuning in. And we're gonna have us a good time tonight, man. We're gonna just chop it up and do our thing. What's
Yo,
going on,
see
big soldier?
well.
What's happening with you?
Yo, see well. I gotta speak on something, man.
Oh, knock
Hey,
day. The
did you
flow is
see them?
yours.
Did you see them pictures I sent you, man?
Nah,
Just a
man.
sec.
I'm gonna try to
Check
pull them
it.
up.
Yeah, pull them up in your inbox because I gotta speak. You know, hey, Boosie. I don't know what Boosie was on, bro, but you know, Boosie was at Brave Fest, and if I don't know what Brave Fest, that's one of the annual spring flings of down there at Alcorn, man. You know, pretty good event, but Boosie, Boosie, you ain't fresh on this picture, man. I'm gonna just be 100 with you. Now, I don't know what Boosie got going on, man, but this ain't the Boosie I remember when I went to Brave Fest. This the Boosie I don't. I mean, man, when C-Well pull up the picture, y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. I
Y'all
don't
give
know
me a
what.
second.
I don't know. Just y'all hold up for a second, but when C-Well pull up this picture, man, Boosie, I don't know. I think Boosie must jumped in either Prince's wardrobe, Michael Jackson wardrobe, or Money Mike from next Friday. But I'm just ain't feeling this outfit, bro. I know these people could at least gave that man a jersey, bro. They could have gave him a jersey, fresh pullover
Man,
sweater or something, man.
I'm working on it.
Man, Boosie with this velvet shirt on, man, with his showing the little chest with the chain. And then got them little. I mean, it look like he got some doggone magician pants on or something, man. I was like, this ain't cross the track Boosie, man. I remember I seen Boosie at Brain Fest probably like around '06. I think it was like '06. And doggone Boosie. And Boosie had the jabot with the polo with the soldieries with
Man,
them
I can't.
glasses and the hat.
Man, I'm having all kind of difficulties right now, man. Y'all,
Man, I wish y'all got to
I'm
see
a
this picture. I seen it. I see why he put it on his Instagram because he know he was wrong.
man. I can't. Hold on. I'm almost. All right, here we go.
This is swag smoke, and
Man,
I don't mind getting the smoke. If Boosie want the smoke, but this ain't the Boosie I know.
man, I can't get it to come up, bro. I got the pic, but I can't get it to load on here, man.
I might have to
I got the
load
pic
into
though.
the. It ain't loading up though.
Nah, I'm gonna see if I can get it right, but right now it ain't happening.
Yeah, this
But
is. I don't know, man, but this Boosie, this ain't. I don't know. This the watered down version of Boosie or something, man. Yeah, Boosie look
man,
like Boosie look like a ringmaster or something, man. A
man,
ballet dancer.
hey, we always got to keep the look sharp and fresh, man. Got to keep everything going. Around this way, if I don't cut my hair at a certain time, man, my old lady probably cut it in my sleep. So, I had to always kind of I push the limits, and then I got to cut it. But man, like I say, man, Boosie be doing his thing now, man. We had Boosie Bash down here, what, 2 weeks ago? So he
I
be making his
guarantee
rounds
you.
around the south,
I
but I don't know.
guarantee
I know
Boosie
he
would put that
ain't come
on.
through like that down here, bro.
He wouldn't come through like that. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if Boosie ran out of clothes or it was last minute, but man, that Boosie, that wasn't it, bro. That
Yeah,
wasn't it,
man.
my guy.
Hey, hey, man. Everybody have off days, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's probably why I can't load up because Boosie probably done hit the stream, making sure I can't talk about this matter, man. He
Man,
making sure, hey, shut
everybody
it
can't.
down,
Everybody can't go for 50 every night, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's
boy.
an off night, but
Boy,
you
Boosie
know,
put that on back in '06. He would have got ran out the gym.
man, you know how it go, man. Hey, I know I know how the ATL effect used to be. Now, like it's a hey, like the show used to say, it's a different world, man. Out there, it wasn't always like that though. I lived out there for a hot second. It wasn't always like that. But nah, well, I don't know about now. I ain't been in a minute, but the last time I went in Lenox Square, and I was like, God, dog, bro, this place is different.
Yeah,
This
it is
ain't
Lennox Square. Oh
this
yeah,
ain't what I'm used to. Bro, I used to,
yeah.
like I said, back in the day, man, Lenox Square, man, that used to be my spot. But I went flying over there to
That
see what was
is.
popping, boy, and I was like, this is not my thing no more. It's not my world, man. So I had to get up out.
Man.
But
Speaking of Atlanta, I think I seen Low J in that Freaknik documentary.
oh, he probably was, man. He probably was.
I think I seen Thrillo. I think I seen Emo was in that thing.
Hey, I looked hard, man. Make sure I ain't see nobody I knew in make sure I wasn't in there. You know what I'm
See well, old See well was in that thing.
I I'd have been easy to spot, man. Back in them days, boy, I was always I was always black from head to toe, boy. Cap, and jersey,
Ooh,
jeans, and some reeds. You know what I'm saying?
that's one
Back in
my
them days,
era.
that might have been my white tee era, man. Shit, my white tee, and my bowls, man, and my
My
soldier
God.
reeds. Y'all know how we do. But man, did you watch that documentary?
Yes, sir. I watched it and it was too fast in the beginning. I ain't like how it opened out. I was a little bit too fast for Jamie G. That opening was a little wild. I ain't gonna lie to you. I wasn't ready for that. You got to let me come in. Got to kind of speed me up. But man, they went from right to right to home plate, back to home plate first. The first 15 seconds, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, they jump feet first, bro.
Yeah.
But it I had to like split it over a couple of days because I ain't really had the time to watch it. But it wasn't it kind of wasn't like I thought it was gonna be, but it wasn't bad either. You know what I'm saying? If that make any sense, you know. But I thought it was pretty good. Nice little reminiscent, man. Take you back to them days when you had that big camcorder walking around.
That these guys, man, it wasn't these college guys, I think, that were raping these young ladies. I think the hood got mixed in with it.
Hey, you remember what we said a couple weeks ago about them locals?
Mm-hmm.
Them locals, man, them
Yeah.
locals changed the game.
Then them boys locals start coming from everywhere. Didn't
They
act like
changed the
them
game.
and changed the game. Cause I heard a personal story. I had a dude I worked with. He told me that, man, they had turned Crystal into a club. And they were parking their cars right there on the interstate and just walking from the interstate downtown and stuff. Because the traffic was that bad.
Yeah, it was like a parking lot. And
Mm.
you know how it go anytime anything go on down there. And then you start to get all them extra folks down there, and it get nutty. And, hey, yeah, in Minnesota, it keep a lot of them folks inside, man. It keep a lot of us inside because the last time I was there, man, I was like, I got to take a trip to the hood when next time I go to Minnesota, man, so I can see some of my peeps, cause it be a little light up there. But man, like I say, man, I hope everybody enjoy it, man, because I thought if they got any more of them '90s docs coming out, bro, y'all keep a lookout for your boy, man, because I was out and about in them streets back in the days, boy.
I hope they bring Kappa Beach, and they need to do a documentary on Ballistic Black Spring Break too.
Yes, and I know this ain't a lot of people. This ain't big for a lot of people, but man, the Bayou Classic back in the '90s, bro, it was nutty, man. It was nutty. I'm talking about walking through hotels, just knocking on people's doors, just trying to see who else was, man. So you could try to catch some broads, man. Man, like I said, hey, one thing I do, man. Any city I go to, I ain't saying I stay, but I always like to find where the hood at, man. It was only one time in my life I ain't feel comfortable in the hood, man. I was in Philly, and I don't know where we was at, but bro, it was like 12 midnight, and they had 9 and 10-year-olds walking the streets. I was like, bro, these kids is crazy, bro. Little kids walking the street at that time of night, you don't want no parts of them, bro. They gonna make it happen on you, bro. I ain't playing with you on that. But man, let's jump into some basketball real quick out the gate, man. So shout out to Grambling for picking up the win over Montana State. They hung out with Purdue for a minute, man, but Purdue just got that big boy in the middle, man. You can't even breathe on him without them calling no fouls.
Yeah, oh yeah, he was nice. They had no answer for him
at all. But they did their thing, man. And shout out to Coach Jackson out there, man, at Grambling. That's a solid dude, man. I rock with him heavy. So shout out to Coach Dante Jackson and the G, man. Shout out to Coach Simmons at Grambling too, man. Grambling got some nice basketball coaches, bro. So salute to the G men and the G women out there. Y'all doing y'all thing. Football gonna be a different story, but basketball is nice for them right now. Alabama A&M won a game in the tournament. That was a surprise. Norfolk State won that tournament, so that's a nice little HBCU thing. But I think all in all, it was a pretty solid basketball season, man. Had some fun games to go to, had some frustrating games. Of course, referees be stupid, but all in all, it wasn't that bad. So definitely, just salute to everybody for holding it down for basketball. I know football is here. Spring football going on. Got a lot of spring games coming up in the next couple of weeks. In Alabama State coming up on the 6th of April, I think. And man, I got word from out the Gump, bro. I heard they got something for everybody, bro. From what I'm hearing, they say they got something for everybody, man. They say they about to bring it. What's up, DJ? What's going on with you? They say they about to bring it, man. And I heard that they got a young man out there, man, that's chunking that ball, bro. I think they're gonna be on point, man.
You'll see. I don't want to be 4-8 now. 6-5.
Hey, I'm just passing on the early reports, man. Like I said, I'm not saying what's gonna happen. I'm just passing on the reports. I seen some picks now, man. They looking pretty sharp. Obviously, it's the spring, but I done heard some really good things though on the real though, man. I heard E-Rob is doing his thing out there, so you got to look out for that, man.
Yeah, he got to do his thing. He probably on the thin ice.
He's straight, man. Hey, if you win that classic, you good, bro. And like I say, they had a pretty solid record with no offense, bro. And I heard they got a new offensive coordinator. They got a couple other guys, coming in with some talent on that offense. So we're gonna see, bro. I think we're gonna see. And I'm excited for the Hornets, man. I might have to pull up at a Bama State game this year, man. I think I'm gonna pull up when they play at Alcorn. You know, I honestly I can't even say what's going on in Southern because I all I know is they practicing. I ain't heard nothing from nobody. I ain't really did too much digging either, but I know spring game is April 13th, so I guess you have to wait and see what's going on, man. What's happening in Jackson, man? You heard anything?
ain't much, ain't much going on. Ain't much talk. You know, we don't get too much of the juicy anymore. You know, they like to keep things tight-lipped around there. Man, I ain't heard very much of what's going on. Sometimes I wish
That's
our
crazy.
HBCU would have some more like in-depth coverage when it comes to our teams and stuff. You know, I like to get hear a report. A reporter was, you know, who's standing out in camp or whatever, but like you don't get that access like that.
Yeah,
Definitely,
like
definitely. I was about to say, 'cause I know we had two guys hit the portal from them Georgia State boys. One of them boy got stiffed on straight into the portal. You made a highlight. You made the highlights on Instagram, man. That boy Zeke Johnson. Woo, he put a sticking on that dude. One of them Derrick Henry stiff arms,
ooh,
and went straight in the portal. I ain't
that
gonna
man
drop the
got
young man's name, but
that man got pushed right in the portal.
yeah, seriously, he got
Oh,
pushed right into the portal.
hey. Speaking of portal, bro, and I don't want to, like I said, I don't never knock a player for going in the portal. I never hold it against a kid for going in the portal when they leave my school. But sometimes it's interesting to see a guy leave your school and go somewhere and not really play. Move up and not really play, and then go back in the portal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little interesting tidbit, man. I don't wanna laugh at a kid sometimes, but sometimes it do be a little funny, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because like you could have
Mm-hmm.
stayed and you was already a starter. You could have stayed and got better, but you went and chased Power Five and didn't even really go to a good school and you didn't play, bro. So I know it's everybody's decision, but sometimes it do be a little. You get a little chuckle from time to time, bro. I ain't trying to be mean or nothing like that, but
But it's
you know,
life. I mean, this grown man business. This young man, grown man business. I
oh yeah,
mean, you take that shot. You get an opportunity. You probably should have stayed. Where you were. And unfortunately, sometimes it happens and it don't happen. There's a couple of them guys that went to Colorado, man. That probably ain't gonna ever hit the NFL like that.
at all, bro.
Some could be
It's
in 100, 1,000. Because
man,
I
it's
imagine with Dion, with Shador, and I bet when them guys hit that draft, man. Prime
I
up out
still
of
think he
Colorado,
gone,
bro.
bro. I
He up
think
out of
I think as soon
Colorado.
I think as soon as that last game, as soon as that last game finished, that man out of there, bro. I guarantee you, he out of there.
Yeah.
He ain't got nothing else to keep him now. But it's one of the things, man, that people need to stop lying to these kids sometimes, bro. Everybody, everybody. I like to say, man, everybody not a
Mm-hmm.
dog. That everybody like
Right.
to say you a dog, but everybody not a dog, man. Sometimes you just a okay player, man. You're not great,
You can be a
those
dog in your mind, but technically, it's okay to think it in your mind. But you're right. Everybody ain't.
go ahead, go for it.
What DJ? Yeah, I believe Shadir going to Dallas too. I honestly believe that's where he's being primed to go. I believe it's going to be a package deal. It's either going to be Travis and Shadur or Shiloh and Shadur or something. I
I
know one
mean,
thing: he ain't going to the Saints. He ain't going to the Broncos, and he dang sure ain't going to the Jets.
all right,
Commanders, Bears, none of them teams.
let's see what the homie DJ got. What you got for us, man?
Hey, bright. I can't see. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I got a question. In terms of this portal business, so it's a 2 or 3 part question, but at what point, because you got coaches now saying you can't win with high school kids. Okay. I'm just telling you what I know.
Yeah,
They
I've
say you
heard that. I've
can't win
heard
with high
kids say
school
that.
kids. So, question is, at what point can you build some camaraderie and some chemistry? Because we see in the NCAA tournament, a lot of times the teams that win are the teams with the most experience, teams that's been playing together. At least a core group of kids anyway. So you talking about turning over out of 15 guys, turning over 10 a season. How do you build like that? And number two, when do coaches start admitting that their coaching is ineffective? Everything can't be the kids because these are the kids that you beg to get. You recruit these guys, you sign these guys, so your evaluation of talent is bad, or you don't know how to coach the talent that you have.
All right. I'm gonna start with the first one. I've been, that's one of those things that I look at a lot, like culture and building a team and maintaining a team. I honestly feel like unless you like a small, like a mid-major type program, I think it's tough to keep a team together, man, because your guys are gonna get poached. Like if you got a kid that I don't care if he's scoring 10 points a game, somebody coming at them, and they build these kids up to the point where they feel like sometimes they can always be in a better spot than they are now, whether it's true or not. So I just think you almost have to have a lot of unheralded guys, man. Like you really have to have a lot of diamonds in the rough, and kids who just that's they feel like that's where they belong. You got to sell that atmosphere, family. I don't know how effective it can be long term, but you got to sell your culture, and you got to show that you can keep at least a kid or two around. So I think it's just more about building a solid culture and maintaining your guys. But I have heard kids say, JUCO kids and high school kids. I heard them say coaches tell them they want portal guys before anything. So the portal is almost like a new level of high school recruiting because a lot of these teams miss out on you and they circle back in the portal. So um, I think it's just gonna take a lot of work to get back to them points unless you're just a smaller school that can keep your guys around. But a lot of them teams now, if you look at it, those coaches coming up from D2 and D3, they bringing like 3, 4 guys with them. Two or three of the last teams I seen make a run in the NCAA tournament, smaller teams, they coach come from a D2, bring like 2 or 3 guys with them. So I think it's just gonna be like, you know, the lower level kid in high school is gonna be playing D2 ball, honestly, because I think everything slides down. Um, and then the second answer, I don't think no coach will ever admit their coaching is ineffective because these coaches got egos, and I think they're gonna always scapegoat somebody before they before they honestly take the weight of the blame on themselves. And that's how I feel about some of these coaches. I think some coaches not gonna ever admit that, and they're gonna just keep chasing whatever is the new fad. But Jamie G, what you think about that topic, man?
I think with that transfer portal, I think it's gonna push kids to graduate earlier on time. I mean, try to get that spring ball in so they can get that experience and get a little head start on these guys that's coming in that has the experience or whatever. Because a lot of the kids, that come in, they don't know the basics and they take them a little time to get the speed of the game. So I think they should just try to come in early spring, get in the weight room, get the playbook, and understand, that workout over the summer and everything. And it kind of, I think it'll prepare them a little faster versus a kid coming out in May over the summer. But them guys, a lot of them coaches, they ready to win now. And that mentality, it seems like you can't build that team as fast as you want it to. Yeah, I mean, it's built it fast and not that slow process, basically. And that on that second part question, I feel like it's these coaches' egos. You know, they just feel like, hey, they gonna do it their way, or it's a highway. But I don't think it's hard for them to admit that they could be hard for them to admit they're wrong. So, and when you don't want to admit you wrong, that's when they show you the door. You know, so, basically. So I mean,
Well, I'll say this.
because these
I
guys, some of
guess
these guys can't coach. Yeah, I mean, and it's obvious they can't coach.
sticking more towards basketball because football most of the time. Well, I guess the angle that I'm coming at is the coaches it's a lot of coercing kids to go in the portal. Most of the time when people see a kid go in the portal, they think it's the kid they want out. A lot of time that kid is being told to do that. So that's what I'm coming from. I'm coming from an angle of you didn't get the outcome you wanted to as a coach. And now you want to get rid of the whole team and start over with another team the next year. And then that same thing happened. Then you
It
do the
sounds like the
same thing
Dion
again.
effect a little bit.
So my question is, at what point do you look at it as a coaching thing? Because every year, these are the people you want. And I will say JUCO kids still get a lot of love. We recruit a lot of junior college kids across most sports. Certain sports, in terms of high school, basketball don't get a lot of love on the men's side from a high school standpoint. But yeah, that's what I was speaking of. Not the kids that had a good season and they looking to go up, but I'm talking about the coach themselves basically pushing on men and women's side, pushing kids in the portal to start over again. To me, at some point, you have to look at what am I doing wrong? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I feel you on that. And kind of going along with that, I think if you're doing that more than once or twice, in your tenure there, I don't see how you ever gonna build anything, because like you said, you're constantly turning over your roster every year. You know, you got 10, 11 new players each year, and the guys you're returning probably not even really starters, because you probably lost your starters anyway. I think everybody chasing that that new shiny thing, man. It's like you got this and you thought it was gonna be something, but it ain't. So you want to try to go out and catch it again, and catch whatever new toy you can get. And until you build something, you might get a guy in there that can play, that can help you, but you're not gonna win a conference, with one solid guy and a bunch of guys who just bouncing from team to team. So I don't even know where you go from that right now.
Let me ask you this, both of y'all, or anybody in the comments. When you have a kid, let's say I'm recruiting C. Wells. C. Wells turned me down. C. Wells go elsewhere, and he don't really do nothing. Should I spin the block and try to get him again? Or you had your offer, you didn't want it, so I'm going out to somebody who wants to be here type of situation. How do y'all feel about that?
I feel two minds on that one. A, how good is the kid? I mean, just to be honest, is he like a difference maker? Because if he is, then I might spin the block.
If he's a difference maker, wouldn't he be a difference maker wherever he go?
True, but I'm just saying, sometimes things don't always go the way you think they are. Maybe, coach get fired, you know what I'm saying? And now you got opportunity, you probably want to leave because the coach got fired. But I feel like it really depends on how the relationship was with the kid when he decided not to come to your school. Was it just like a thing where he was communicating with y'all properly, and y'all just understood that he's looking elsewhere. But I leave the door open depending on certain circumstances. But otherwise, nah. If you don't want to come, you don't want to come. But I just think it just depends on like Lo J said. I think it depends on the situation and the kid, honestly. But if he just was like he don't see any value of playing on our level because he power five or bust. I don't want that kid, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I take issue with some of that. Like, I'm recruiting you out of JUCO. You choose to go to Troy. You go to Troy, you don't sniff the field. Now all of a sudden you want to go to Bama State or you want to go to TSU. So to me, why would I want to take a guy who couldn't sniff the grass where he was at when you had an opportunity to come here?
Yeah, I mean, I can understand
I
that
don't
too.
want to be everybody's last chance. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You want kids in the program. If I'm gonna take a transfer kid as because you're not gonna get these people to buy in. See, one other thing people got to realize when you're talking about a program, we always talking about money, right? Those people that just come there for 1 year or transfer in from somewhere else, they not bought into your school. When they come down to giving money back, you getting all these grad transfers. They don't care. They probably not even gonna graduate, so they don't care nothing about your institution.
No, at
So
all. I can
your
agree with
alumni
that.
base and your amount of people giving back to the program, that goes way down now compared to back in the day where they spent 4 years at your school. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think about everything. I guess we want instant success, but you got to think about the longevity of things and where we're headed.
I'm gonna say this, and it kind of go on what you said, DJ. A lot of people have been talking recently about how women's basketball and major women's college basketball is probably more popular now than men's college basketball because you got your Angel Reese's, you got your Cardozos and Caitlin Clark and all them girls. But don't nobody really know these players on the men's side because a lot of these guys are one and done or they hopping teams. So I feel I feel you don't really build an attachment to a team because like you said next year they gone. And me and my wife, we kind of watch the team play, and you meet the guys, and you kind of develop a connection with guys, because you get to know them and whatnot. That's one of the beauties of being on our level. But when a team turn around that fast, you don't get that connection. And like you said, it people are not gonna, they're not gonna really be giving to a program that's always got new guys every time the season starts. Yeah, Cube trying to throw up $5 million playing the big three. It, the portal, man, like I said, I think it's a good idea, but they never regulated it out the gate, and now it's just like it's the Wild West because you look up now, especially basketball, like with the windows being the way they are. You look at it, almost every team got 3, 4 guys leaving from everywhere. It's what DJ, I'm gonna ask you this one because I know you a little bit more closer with it. How do you feel about the current windows for transfer portals?
Mm, I really don't have no feelings, to be honest, because I don't necessarily think too much about it. But I just go by it. You know what I'm saying? Because I do my job, so I don't really think about the rules. I just go by it. But only ones that I really have thought about, like, dang, that's messed up, is like tennis, sports like that, where their window doesn't open up until like June. You know what I mean? Like May or June. How can someone, effectively find a school at that time of year? But other than that, I haven't really. So you probably have to go more in depth about whatever your questions are about it.
I had never heard a tennis player in the portal. I
Yeah,
imagine it do
they
happen all the
transfer
time,
too. Yeah.
but I just wouldn't. I never heard an announcement of a tennis player in the portal.
Well, those sports, all of this announcing stuff is attention seeking. They're typically not attention seeking student athletes. every sport don't seek attention like football, basketball.
And I got my feelings on that whole situation. Now, as is, I done seen kids do commitment posts in high school. I'm like, not because you're going to college, but you going to a new school or whatever. I'm like, it, that's not really, it loses the luster of what it's supposed to be, because most guys just do it just so they can get that post off, and they don't really, it's not really, I'm happy to be going where I'm going. You just want people to know, and so you make that post. But like you say, I think football in general, I think is gonna be the downfall of college athletics, because everybody chasing money in football, and if you want to compete at any level, you're gonna have to get there financially some way somehow. And I think it's knocking, it's gonna knock a lot of schools off of where they think they could be. So I honestly feel bad for the Olympic sports. They don't really get the support that they should. Definitely shout out Bama State bowling, man. Y'all did y'all thing this weekend in SWAC championship.
Yes, sir.
Knocked off the number 1 seed.
Knocked off the Southern Jags. Make sure you let them know who that was. Beat them twice to win.
The first time was it was a mollywop, bro. I was like, God. Ooh, but we came back through the losers bracket and got back in it. But still regular season champs are, can't take that away from us. But like I say, I don't know how much you can say, or if you can even answer this question, DJ. But Bama State they have great sports, basically, all the Olympic sports and everything. What do you think they do differently than everybody else? Because they're always in the hunt for the Commissioner's Cup, and they constantly pretty good at most of those sports. What do you think the difference is?
I'd say number one, in terms of Commissioner's Cup, I think if you do the math, I think us and Prairie View offer the most sports or something like that in the conference. So mathematically, we should be in the running. Nobody should beat us except for Prairie View. If we lost it. So mathematically, we should be good if we're doing what we're supposed to do. But I think it's money. I think Bama State, in terms of athletics, they have a lot more money than a lot of the member institutions. And you really wouldn't know that unless you were around there, type of thing. But I think that's the difference. They're able to do some things that maybe some other institutions are not able to do financially. That helps in recruiting and also maintaining some of the kids that's there. That's what I think.
Because if you look at Bama State, you always see them in the mix. Like you say, with obviously numerically, if you got more opportunities, you got more chances for success. But they typically good in most of them sports. So it is, I was curious. I like to get an answer from somebody around there. And I think Bama State making some pretty solid moves all around, man. Like I try to keep my eyes on what the Hornets doing out there.
Yeah, and I think, in some areas, no disrespect to anybody, but of course, in certain sports, I think we have some really, really solid coaches. And of course, that always helps. When you can couple resources with good coaches, I think you can get some results.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think one of the differences for a lot of schools is, they don't show that attention to those sports. So if a coach is not really successful, is no real attention being paid. So a losing coach can stay a long time. Like you look at Southern volleyball, they should have probably been made a change, but honestly, most people don't pay attention to volleyball. So it's like I always say, like at Southern, you don't know what the other sports doing until football start doing bad, because that's when everybody start looking at everything else. Because this football season, I heard so many people talk about volleyball. They ain't never talked about volleyball a day in their life, because they were just upset that football was bad. And then they realized the volleyball team was losing, which they already had been losing. If they knew that, if they followed, they'd already knew that. But that's the way I look at Southern. You know, I think Southern was in school that we pay attention to things when our main sport is not going well, and that's not a great way to run as a fan. That's not a great way to have your department. And I kind of feel like I kind of feel like the department is the same.
Yeah, I think that well, I know there's an expectation for all of our programs to do well. I mean, the Commissioner's Cup is almost a non-negotiable. That's an expectation that we get that. So no program can ride under the radar. And also, I think that we support all of our programs financially. You know how some schools dump all their money into their revenue generating sports, and the rest of them are just, skating by. But I think we support all of our programs. I ain't gonna say equally. That's that would be impossible. But everybody has, enough and probably more than enough and what they need to be successful. And I think that's
All
how
right, so
you accomplish a lot of that. But go ahead.
I'm quite sure we done talked about this before, but it's something that come up about this time of year all the time, and I'm gonna ask both of y'all. Do y'all think that we as HBCUs should be putting more money in basketball than football? I know it ain't gonna never happen, but I'm just curious, because I think getting to success in basketball it can come a lot quicker than football.
I'll let Jamie. Do you want to go or what?
I ain't gonna touch that one. I'm
Oh
gonna
man,
sit this
come
one
on,
out.
man. Hey, we jumping off the cliff. You got to jump too, bro.
I mean,
Man, unfortunately, in this space, football is gonna be the money maker anyway, because people just don't support basketball like that. I think we're being in the South. I think football is a religion versus basketball. Now, if we was up north, like in Yukon and Connecticut, in that area, yeah, they probably put more money into basketball because their football program is on the back burner. I always have been. They ain't never been that great in football, but when it comes to our HBCU, I think that football is a revenue sport.
Uh,
I'd say this. I think it's all about, first of all, what you tell me what you mean by success. So that's subjective to a lot of people. So when you
for
saying
me,
that, what is success? Why are you saying basketball would be more successful quicker in your opinion than football? So what's your measuring stick? What is success?
well, because I think, and I look at everything more through basketball than football, but I think I think you can build a team quicker in basketball. You don't necessarily need a 6'10" guy if you got a solid offensive system that can score some points and you play decent defense. You can win basketball games. You can't win football games without anything in the trenches. So I think being able to change, being able to win in different ways, I think it's easier in basketball. Now that's just my opinion.
Yeah, but
But
you ain't answering my question though,
I'm
because
I'm
we
getting
have a
there, man.
winner.
I'm building now. I'm
Okay,
flying the plane. I'm gonna land it.
I got you.
I'm gonna land it. But when I say success, I mean obviously winning conference championships, winning non-conference games, and honestly, man, being a team that can win enough games to avoid that damn 16 seed all the time. I don't think that's impossible to do, but I think that I think you have to commit more to it than just, I mean, whatever you put into it, I think you gotta up it, because you're gonna have to increase your recruiting, which you gotta probably spend more money on your recruiting budget to get out there and find some of them guys. But I just look at some of these other mid-major teams, and I'm like, of course, no mid-major team is probably going to ever win the NCAA tournament. So I kind of adjust what I think is a successful season based on what level, well, quote unquote level our teams play on. I mean, winning 2 games in a tournament to me is damn good if you could do it. But it all comes into how you seed and what kind of success you have in the non-conference.
But I do with this, Will, with our HBCUs in basketball, we can't be charging $40-$60 for season tickets for basketball and expect us to be dominant in basketball. We got to put some more money up, man. We got to put $200-$300 up if we want to make some money off this basketball. Because people spend $40. I'm like, man, come on now. You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna cut it.
$40, man.
Yeah,
a season book for basketball and something is $100.
Man, nah. One time I know Jackson State, like they tickets. I think they was one time $40, but now I think it might be for a season ticket. For a general admission season ticket was $40, and people wasn't even paying it.
Let me ask you all this, dude.
But I mean, but we're gonna have to put that. We're gonna have to up the ante, man. Season from every sport. Season tickets can't be $40-$50, man, and think you're gonna have success, bro. Now you gotta put some money in the pot. You want certain players to come to your school? Man, we gotta put this money up now. I mean, that's what we fighting. We fighting that battle. We have what they need, but also we got to put that little money behind it, man.
Yeah, I feel you on that. What you were saying, DJ?
I don't think money is the problem. But first of all, let me ask you this: why did you pick basketball when you got all of these sports that go through the same channels to the NCAA championship, such as soccer, baseball, bowling, all of that? So you want to be real about it. Maybe track and field or something would be, in terms of success, like kids getting to NCAA championships. That's probably one of the few sports that you will see that happen more often than not. Basketball,
yeah, I mean, I totally agree with that.
I'll say this. Some of the things that I've been privy to, listening to recruits and talking to recruits, it ain't about necessarily us not having enough money to recruit. We bringing them in on visits and stuff, but think about some institutions that don't have certain things that they might have had at a junior college. They might have been living in an apartment at a junior college. And they get to some of our schools and we only have this type of housing, or we only have this. So a lot of things are institutional based, not necessarily athletics. Or we don't have certain majors, or we don't offer it online. It be a lot of things like that. It don't necessarily be we can't get them on campus. We got them on campus, but how can we sell our campus?
Yeah,
what I have to offer them that they can't get somewhere else.
I totally agree. And like I was talking to Rick Body the other day, man. We talk chop it up, and we was both kind of saying that a lot of these kids have come from high school with better facilities than some of our schools. So it's like a kid that go to Zachary High School, that school like a damn junior college, man. They got top of the line stuff because people put money in it, and a lot of people, are you gonna be willing to lose a couple things to play at that school? That can go either way. But I pick basketball because A, we're in the middle of the tournament, and B, I'm a basketball guy, so I look at things through basketball eyes sometimes. So that's why I pick basketball. But track and field, I think we said it last week. Track and field, if you can put up numbers in track and field, you can do it anywhere. That clock don't lie, So And you know, I mean, there's tons of track programs all across the country, and kids hungry to run anywhere. I don't think it had the same, you know, kind of. I don't think it's the same negative pull running track somewhere than it is playing football or something somewhere. So yeah, I mean, you can if you can put together a great track programs. I mean, titles are titles, but you know, like I said, I look at things from basketball perspective a lot of times, so that's why I pick basketball. But you can put whatever other sport you want to put in there, and it's still the same thing, you know.
Yeah, I agree. I think we talked about it. Again, I'm probably not the one to talk to because I think there should be something similar to the FCS playoffs in basketball. I don't think that basketball, baseball, softball. I just don't think that it's set up for true success.
It's
I'll
not.
never be happy to just go to the tournament or get a higher seed in the tournament and go home. Like to me, for me personally, it's nothing. Like it's pointless. You know you're going home. Like you don't at least FCS playoffs. You pretty much know you're going home with that, but you definitely know if you was in the FBS playoffs, you're going home. At least FCS just give you somewhat of a false hope. You know what I'm saying? So I think it needs to be something created. I guess they got the NIT and stuff like that. I think we should get a higher seed and maybe play in that in terms
But
of. But I know
they
the
even
same
changed that
monetary
though.
value ain't gonna be there. But
Like I say, I just I I'm not a fan of saying just getting in is great, you know what I'm saying, or getting to a 13 seed, I mean, but I do hate that you gotta like change your expectations on things because the avenue for you to have a true success is probably never gonna happen. You know what I mean? You might get a team get to Elite Eight, maybe a Final Four every so often, but not enough to make a big difference. And now that they didn't change the way they're doing the NIT, that's squeezing most spots from my teams. So I wouldn't mind a whole separate tournament because I think if we play against like teams, we got a good chance of winning them games. Because our teams have won some. I think the last 2 years we won more non-conference games than we have in a while. So I think being able to play more teams like your team, that's built like you, I think you got a good chance. Look at Alabama A&M was 11-22. They went to Austin Peay, who was a really good team, and beat them by 11 points. And that's a team that was 9-9 in the SWAC. So, the potential to win games out of conference is there, but not playing against guys that teams full of, 5-star and NBA type dudes.
or the girls going to play UConn. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like as good as
that's
Jackson State is, that's still they're two different teams. You know what I'm saying?
that's just not a good matchup for you. I mean, you have to play down there flawless basketball to even, keep that game close. Because matter of fact, when Grambling was playing Purdue, my wife was saying, Grambling could stay in the game. They just got to make all their shots. I'm like, nobody gonna make all their shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, if your game plan is predicated on shooting 100% from the field, you you ain't never gonna win, man. It's not, it's just not even. But I think and like you say, money is not the thing, but I do think just in general, I would love to see the interest in basketball go up. And I know Jamie G said we're in the South and football is king, and that's a fact. But we do need better attendance because the top attendance in basketball this year was 3,500 people, and that was Southern. And I don't even think that 3,500 was accurate because I know at least 100 people that get in without walking through a turnstile. So, but I just I just would like to see things and get a little bit better across all our departments. But will it happen? Who knows?
Yeah, I think we all want that. That's why we do what we do. But I just don't know if it'll ever happen.
Yeah, that's. I ain't name no names, man. I just said I know a few people. I didn't name their name, but I don't know. We talked about this, but they was having some people push to move the SWAC tournament to Atlanta. What y'all think about that?
I don't know. I think you provide more opportunity for people not to go to the game. You got more to do than go to the game.
Yeah, I guess if you can like trick the people to come to Atlanta and get them to go to a game at the same, in between in between hanging out, it might work. But I personally just feel like until attendance at schools improve, I don't see the tournament improving. Nobody's traveling. Nobody travels to a basketball game. I very few people, come from out of state to go to a basketball game. Very few people go, from Southern go to Valley for a basketball game. It just don't happen. You might go to Grambling, you might go to Alcorn or Jackson, but that's about it. So I don't think a lot of people gonna follow basketball like that, and it that drives me crazy. But it is what it is. I say playing at the highest. Well, I don't know. You don't have always had the infrastructure you need, but I would say play it on campus sites.
That's what I say.
I got a question for you. And why do certain folks troll Jack State fans?
Cause y'all easy to wind up.
Sometimes I be sitting there thinking like, man, I'm sitting, we having a great conversation on this show, and one thing about it, we pretty even when it comes to all the schools on this show. You know what I'm saying? This not a Jackson State show. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. But it's getting to a point where it's getting stupid. You know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't be like this. Let's have a positive conversation without trolling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I like I say, man. I think a lot of it come from when Prime got here, bro. A lot of people who wasn't really JSU fans became JSU fans, and they got loud, and other people responded, and it's like now it's like everybody got to top each other. You can't. Oh, that don't sound good. Everybody trying to outdo each other. So it's like you can't have no conversation nowhere without somebody chiming in on something that don't need to be chimed in on. But that's the nature of social media, man. It's just it changes the way everything is done. People can say whatever they want, because there's no repercussions to what you say in social media.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying, but you know what I'm saying. It just amazes me how one particular fella trolls me on this show, but he don't troll y'all though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and then the thing about it, like, I really don't be on this show. You know what I'm saying? Trying to troll your school and everybody. I'm trying to have a real positive conversation about SWAC. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to really be easy, not just because I'm a J-State guy, but you know what I'm saying? I also too, at the same time, try to be fair for everybody. If I'm correct, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, but that trolling, to be honest with you, is weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes, man, I'm not just gonna be entertaining it. You know what I'm saying? So, we all grown here, and let's be grown. Let's have a good conversation. Like, keep all that trolling. Like, keep all that trolling shit out of here, man. I'm gonna just say it like that, bro. And I hate to say it on the show like that, but let's be adults here, bro. And I'm gonna just keep it funky like that.
Like I say, man, I feel like, man, like, there's a time and place for everything. You can say what you want, but I don't even get involved in a lot of that stuff, bro, because it ain't really gonna contribute to nothing positive, and ain't now and neither side gonna ever admit they wrong. So you just kind of going back and forth with people, who not gonna ever see your side of it. And I mean, there's a way to troll people and still keep it cool, but people don't follow a lot of people got different ways they look at that stuff online. So it just I don't know, man. I just like I said, I just kind of stay out of it, man. Cause I mean, like we can crack jokes and have fun, man. But like I always say, it's lines to everything. And once you start crossing lines, bro, it ain't really no going back.
Hey,
And
I did want to hit on that comment that D-Lob made about the kickoff coming down to college.
uh,
I think he asked what we thought about that, but man, that really, those rule changes were really disheartening, and so I feel like I better enjoy the rest of college football because everything will start coming down eventually. Man, it just ain't gonna be. It's gonna be hard to watch. So yeah, you better start investing in basketball or something because football is gonna be gone.
football changing. Well, what was the rule that changed?
They changed the kickoff, and then they banned what they call a hip drop tackle. So basically, if you chasing somebody from behind, you wrap them up and pull them down or drag them down or something like that, you can't do that no more. That's a penalty.
Yeah,
So what D lineman supposed to do, or a linebacker that blitz, or a defensive lineman that come off the edge and the quarterback take off running, and you chasing behind them? I mean, how else you supposed to get them down? Or you just gotta let them go?
Yeah, like I mean, well, they didn't really made the game, so defense don't have any advantage anymore. So I think that you causing more injuries by the rules that you changing, because now you got to make unnatural plays to even make a simple tackle. I don't know, man. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all better get on this basketball train, bro, because y'all gonna be looking at football in a couple years and be like, man, this ain't what I remember. Ain't none of that gonna change in basketball, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but basketball, other than college, you look at the NBA, it's terrible.
Oh, NBA, I agree with that, bro. NBA is unwatchable, and I'm a person that go to NBA games, and I'm like, this is not what A lot of stuff happening in basketball in the NBA ain't really. It's not really basketball, bro. Sometimes it's like watching down Harlem Globetrotters. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it's like going to exhibition game. Teams just kind of saying doing what they want. Guys getting easy shots. Nobody playing no defense. But college basketball at least still kind of hanging in there. Man, 7-on-7 even crazy, man. So it's like I don't know. Sports is crazy now. Everything changes so much.
You think baseball and track and field, soccer, maybe stuff like that may not change softball?
Yeah, I don't think none of that's changing. That's why I think we need to keep putting our kids in soccer, man. Like I know playing soccer at a certain age, people don't really pay attention to it. I played like 1 year soccer in high school, but you know, that I mean, bro, the avenue to play in colleges there might not be as many schools, but I think baseball, we done lost a lot of black baseball players. So I think we need to get back into some of them sports, but them sports ain't gonna
Especially
change.
tennis. What about tennis?
Yeah, tennis too. All of that, man. Tennis, golf, track and field, baseball, softball. Those sports not gonna change much at all. So I would love to see a bigger attention on them sports. 'Cause, I mean, players work hard too. Man, Jalen Green got that dude was out of control, bro. I heard he got somebody else pregnant, but that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story. But um, I like I said, man, I just think I think bro, they're gonna be athletics, and I don't know what direction it's gonna go. This stuff they're doing in the Big Ten and the SEC, bro, I think they're gonna change sports all around. So I don't know what's gonna happen, and I don't know where everybody plays gonna be in it. But I think somewhere something gonna change, man. It's gonna be a big shift somewhere. Oh, let me see. Is it still having feedback? Can y'all hear me?
I hear it, but I hear a little feedback. Something going on.
Let me see. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
It still got feedback?
Nah.
All right. Yeah, well, I mean, by the Big Ten will be a Big 24 in a little while, but it's crazy, man. I don't know where none of this stuff going. Y'all can kind of hear it too, but um, this is not. I don't think this really affects our sports much. But what's y'all take on the way gambling and took off with sports?
Gambling made the game where it's fixed. That's basically some of these games can be fixed. And I kind of hate that they're making money on the side, but they always have been doing that. But with this sports betting and getting involved, man, you can win a lot of money, you can lose a lot of money.
You can definitely lose a lot of money. I that I think, man, because like sometimes I'll be watching like any random SWAC game, bro. Somebody come in there, man. I need Texas Southern to win because I got a parlay going. I need TSU to win. And they're like, y'all don't even watch these teams, man. Like y'all don't know who these kids are. Don't even pay attention to games and stuff. It's just about money. And I can speak from personal experience, bro. When you do that a lot, bro, it change the way you watch the game. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I play I don't play a lot, but I play a little bit, especially like right now. And it changed the way you watch the game, bro. I stayed up all night Sunday night watching San Diego State and Yale because
I
I had
can't I
some
can't
money on the
stay up
game.
to watch them guys, man. After a certain time, man, I can't hang now, bro.
Man, I stay. Hey, it was worth
Them two
staying up now.
teams. Well,
It,
was
it,
it a
it
good game?
no, it was it was a good game for me because I just did what I was fussing about. I had some money on the game, bro. That's why I think, man, a lot of this stuff is changing the way everything going, man. Because if you look at a lot of sports, especially like especially like sports media and podcasts and stuff, almost everybody is sponsored by some company, man, gambling company. I think it's getting big, man.
And speaking of that, man, we wanted to present this to you guys, man. We want to start a campaign to try to get to SWAC Media Day in July, and we would like to get some sponsorships and donations to help jump this thing off, man. So we're gonna configure it and get this platform to new heights. So in the coming weeks or so, we're gonna have a campaign. to try to get us to the SWAC Media Day because it's some questions we would like to, ask the coaches and get y'all this special content or whatever.
Yeah, so if y'all, like I said, we're gonna talk about that more as we go. But man, like we really would like to be able to beat up, man, and make some things happen. I'm working on my end of that now. I don't, they kind of funny with that stuff sometimes, but I'm working on my end for sure. I got a couple of things I'm trying to make happen in the near future. So I wanna have this platform out more. I want to be able to, I want to be able to expand a little bit. I would love to add another show that I don't have to do. So, you know what I'm saying? And somebody want to try their hand at something, man, and they want to jump on this platform, I'm willing to give anybody an avenue for it. Just trying to spread a little SWAC love around, man.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely would love to pull up the media day. So trying to make that kind of stuff happen for real.
Yes, because hey, you do amazing content, man, and I believe other you have other platforms that people pay good money for, and I think you deserve it too. So hey, we want to help elevate this platform and to new heights. So let's get SWAC talk, SWAC smoke to Media Day, man.
Yeah.
Because
Hey,
I would love to sit down with some of these coaches and
I
discuss
want
a
to try to
few
get
things.
I want to try to get Alonzo on the show now, man. I'm gonna try
I
to
would
reach
love.
out and get him on the
Hey,
show.
I love to interview Fred McNair, Eddie Robinson. Guys like that. Really have that great conversation. Even Cedric Thomas. Guys like that, man. Even Southern new coach,
Coach Graves.
Coach Gray. I like to have him on the show as well. So
Or it
we
could
trying
be
to do
Coach
some things.
McNair.
Yeah.
Hey, in a couple of years it could be Coach
McDowell,
McNair.
that's my guy.
Oh yeah, I
Every
know
time
Bubba your
about
dude.
my guy. I like for him to come chop it up with us, but man, with things like that, it requires, certain avenues, and you know what I'm saying. I think C. Will love to do what he do, and we love talking about this SWAC sports, but I think in order to get certain things done, there's certain things that are required. So, man, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we'll be able to get there, man. We would love support from everybody. So, when in the coming weeks, we're gonna put something together, man, and we're gonna have this campaign. Campaign to get us to Birmingham.
Yeah,
Champagne
we're gonna
campaign.
we're gonna make it happen. Hey, Lob, I'm willing to talk to anybody now. I'm reaching out to a couple of people now. I'm trying to make a couple of things happen. Hey, there's a couple of people I would love to talk to on here. I'll see if I can make it happen. Um, One of them is a really good dresser, and I'd love to have him on here. But you never know, so I try to
Yeah,
make it
because
happen.
we'll love to have sponsorships eventually where we can maybe do NIL and stuff for some of these players, man.
Yeah,
Take this
it's
platform, be able, hey, we can have some swag smokes endorsed athletes on it. That'd be great to have one day.
yeah, man. Like I said, it's a lot of things that can make happen, man. And I'm always open to teaming up with people, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this we all do the same thing, man, and we all trying to reach the same goals. So I think being able to reach out to a couple people and in the upcoming months, man, I'm looking forward to kind of making them connections, getting some people on there, and going on other shows too. I think
Mm-hmm.
I think just being able to expand yourself, it helps a lot. So you know
Mm-hmm.
platform is growing more and more, every day, because we're doing more and more things. So just got to keep grinding, man, and things will happen. Just gotta keep grinding.
Mm-hmm. Because hey, C. Wells is media, and he and he should have his media credentials. So,
Hey, I'm trying to
man,
get
we
there,
we can
man.
let's make that happen. I mean, and it should happen. I mean, you covering basketball, which nobody really covers basketball in this space like you do, and it I think it should open some doors, man. I think we've been doing it long enough, and we got to be at media day.
Well, we're gonna one way or another, we're gonna get the it's like a man said one time, man. You either terminate or elevate, man. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? I ain't trying to terminate.
Right. Yeah, we would love to get the media day,
Hey, this is
We
a
ain't
good
trying to
idea
stand
for
on
the
Ritz
upcoming season.
Carlton. We ain't trying to stand on Ritz
Exactly.
Carlton we really want to get the people what they paying for,
Hey, this comment here is a good idea, bro. We're gonna try to roll that out for the season.
It's a
Yeah,
HB fan top 7 poll. Number 1 team get a donation. Yeah.
I think that like if when Grambling women's team won 20 games, man, people donated money to them for that, and those are the kind of things I think are great, man. It ain't gotta be nothing crazy. It's just being able to show that love to those hardworking coaches and players, man. They deserve it, and I rock with anybody that rock with me, so it's all gravy, man.
Yeah, I love to have some sponsorships. Hey, Uncle Ernest, that's an HBCU graduate, I believe, that owns Uncle Ernest Whiskey. Hey,
I'm
DraftKings,
always down for some alcohol
Budweiser,
now.
Bud Light, Boosie Juice. Somebody needs to sponsor. SWAC
So that
something.
jigger juice.
Yeah, Blue Star, Stamp Burger, somebody.
we get that Blue Stone sponsorship, boy. It's off the chain. It's on it. Hey, I love some good moonshine. Now, don't play with me now. I love some good moonshine.
Love to get a intern. Maybe somebody that got some nice camera work too.
Oh yeah, like I said, man, it's all about expanding, expanding everything and getting better production and everything, man. So like I say, we gonna be working on some new things, man. We're gonna my goal in 2024, bro, is to keep on getting bigger and bigger. So we just gonna do whatever it take to get there. So we're gonna keep grinding and keep trying to bring y'all great stuff. So we got to keep our game sharp because there's a lot of people out here doing real great shit. So I won't be able to do great stuff too. I won't fall far behind. The bar is high. I want to try to get in that club though.
Cause hey, definitely, cause the door. I mean, what I'm saying, it's the wall. You got to chisel at the wall, man.
Oh yeah, you just got to keep on. You got to keep on chopping and chopping, man. But man, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up, man. I'm about to get in here and watch some of this tournament and chill, man. So we're gonna be back next week, man. Like I say, still working on a couple things. Got a couple interviews I'm trying to finalize and get nailed down. So we're gonna be bringing y'all more stuff. We're gonna have more. I'll be back with some more football stuff during the spring. So y'all keep it locked with us, man, and we're gonna catch y'all next week.